Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is BestInSlot. Welcome back to our preview of the upcoming Jurassic World Evolution 2 DLC, the Dominion Malta Expansion, and the free update, Update 5. We're going to be taking a look at both today. Frontier just did a 90-minute, hour-and-a-half stream. I watched and recorded the entire thing and condensed it into what I believe is the important information, into things we haven't heard or seen before. We're going to see some new skins and stuff like that and some new maps, etc. So I've took it down to about 14 minutes. We're going to play through each clip and discuss it as we go. Let's get started.
So then I find it really useful when you have new dinosaurs coming into the park to just see where you can put them. You can see like, oh, they get along with everyone in this existing enclosure, so I'll just put them in there.
We're going to be jumping a lot and cutting a lot, so you know, if you want to watch the stream, you can do so on that thing. I'm going to be talking. So this is basically showcasing one of the new transporting mechanics. And as you can see, as you're transporting your dinosaurs, some of them have a plus above their head. You can just about see that over here in the middle. Some have a minus, all these ones over here. And some are highlighted blue and have a big old heart. Just telling you when you're moving a dinosaur what the reaction will be from other dinosaurs in the paddock you're moving them to. So a nice little quality of life change that should make it easier to know where to place your dinosaurs to make happy cohabitation forward habitats.
But we have a highlighter here as well.
Other thing I want to very quickly show, so this is just a highlight option when you're tranquilizing. So especially when it comes to your small dinosaurs, your compies or your other things, you can now see them visibly as well. So, I'm going to shut up for this, but what you're about to see is a couple of different skins for the 2022 Dreadnoughtus. We're going to see a few of these variant skins across the video. I apologise it's a little low quality, I did record it as high as I could, but you're going to see two different Dreadnoughtus 2022 skins, which of course now have their own Frontier patterns as well.
Two Dreadnoughtus here that I've decked out with some new body and pattern colours. I think they look really, really neat, and this was a way for me to showcase how different they can look.
Yeah.
Because that was also one of the things that the community discussed when we announced this. Like, oh, how will they actually look? How will these variants actually look when you add new body and pattern colors? And I got to say, impeccably done.
Yeah, they look great.
To the dev team.
So they've got like a little mottled pattern. It's nothing over the top or extreme. They tend to take things fairly chill with the sauropods. So same deal over here. We're going to see the 2022 the Camp Cretaceous Kentrosaurus, otherwise known as Pierce, but in their variant skins as well, the newly added ones. So again, for this you would just need the Camp Cretaceous DLC from earlier in the year.
Versus over here, and these should most of them be the Pierce variant, but also then with different body colors, different pattern colors. And then we have a regular Pierce variant over here without any changes.
Yeah.
And again, you can just see there's a wide variety of different options that you have, and they can look, even though they have the same basic shape, same basic look to them, they can all be very different and unique.
So you can see already the pattern on this one is very, very subtle. Like it doesn't really stand out on any of them. You can definitely see some marking on like the lower parts of the plates, a little bit of mottling here, and maybe on the underside of the tail. It's a very subtle pattern in general. That could partially be the colour combination, but on none of them, I would say the pattern particularly stands out.
It really highlights the differences they can have, because like just these two, like totally night and day, absolutely.
So this is actually something we didn't exactly know before, but we're going to see how this new variant mechanic is going to work with the hatcheries.
Going in, I'm going to choose one at random. For example, the where is it? There we go. There's the Dreadnoughtus right there. So if you then hit Modify Genome, you can.
So you see, we've got a new tab now at the top. We've got the body variant tab
in the UI where it says here you can choose the body variant. So either you can do the default and then choose what you want. You could do the 2022 variant and then choose random, or just
there's three of them.
Regular 2022 variant.
Yeah.
And then you can also do random for.
So, very excitingly, we can do random per egg, which means you could hatch a clutch off your Dreadnoughtus, off your Giga, off your Kentrosaurus, of anything that's got a body morph, your Dimorphodon now, and you would get a mixed group. I'm really interested to see how that works for exit animations in particular, but you could have a mixed clutch of both variants and non-variants.
The new tiny dinosaurs that we're adding in the DLC as well.
Exactly, so we've added a new group for small carnivores, or for tiny carnivores, called Scavenger.
Not much to say about that, just thought it's interesting. There's a new grouping, so we have a new name now, really, for those tiny carnivores, and they're now called scavengers.
Around here, again, just because I wanted to showcase what these look like when you use because this should be.
And of course, then we also have our variant for the Camp Cretaceous Ouranosaurus. So we're going to see a bunch of different colours for that.
This is the 2015 variant that I have here with all these different body and pattern colour options. And I got to say, they look absolutely.
Again, I would say the pattern is fine. Nothing particularly exhilarating. I think the Giga kind of spoiled us a little bit. There's clearly a lot of work in the Giga, and I think it stands out compared to all the others. With the Ouranosaurus, and I'll let this play out in a second, we can see some striping, some banding across here, some down the sail, and some over there on top of the head, across the beak and across the snout.
Stunning!
Yeah, they look so good. They're very bright.
Yes, absolutely. And it's just, they really stand out. And then, put these in with the other ones as well. You have the difference in design, the difference in size, the different colors, all that good stuff. I think is really a really cool little addition to the game. All right. I think then that does it for the...
created a narrative set.
Okay, so that's it for that little bit. We will see more dinosaur skins a little bit later on. We're going to dig into loads of Atrociraptor skins, actually. We're going to see the Frontier variant for that. There's a little bit here now just about how the campaign is going to work. Little bits of new information, little snippets of things we haven't heard before. I'm just going to let all of this play out, so enjoy. It will cut around a little bit, but I've tried to keep it to what is the most important information.
Just before the events of the film, set in that area of Malta, using some of the characters from those scenes. So Soyona Santos, Barry Semben, and obviously we have Cabot Finch coming back as well, because he's our character and we love Cabot.
Everyone loves Cabot.
Exactly. So you can be working with them, and as well as DeWanda Wise as Kayla Watts. So you can be working with these characters and Cabot especially to kind of create dinosaur enterprises in the Mediterranean. So there's we have 3 different islands, and you can be working through a story, working with these characters to build some enterprises for Cabot, because he wants to, as he always does, he's all about the money, and he thinks the only way to make money is to make dinosaur parks. So you'll be working with these characters to build these parks, and kind of working with the dinosaur black market, we call it the dinosaur exchange in the game, to acquire different dinosaur eggs, different genomes, different dinosaurs, and bring these parks to life and make money. And you'll be able to kind of move between the different levels in an interesting way. So it's a non-linear campaign. So unlike our previous campaigns, which are kind of level 1, level 2, level 3, as it were, in this case, we've gone non-linear. We kind of give you the option to move between the levels at times.
What was the reasoning behind
your parks? If you've got dinosaurs on the first island and you want to move them to the second level, we needed a way to do that. And what we've got is we have a cargo ship. So you will put your dinosaurs inside the cargo ship, and depending on, you can then move to one of the other islands and remove it from the cargo ship. So it's kind of a holding place for you to move your dinosaurs between them. So you can put them there, do something else, and then always you can pull them back out when you need. And from the cargo ship, you can also send your dinosaurs to the dinosaur exchange as well. So if you're kind of looking to move on one of your dinosaurs, you can put them in the cargo ship and then send them onto the exchange.
So there are 3 levels across the Mediterranean. So we start off in Malta, and then we go to
we've got places. One that's set in kind of Corsica, one that's set in the Greek part of the Mediterranean as well. We have one is kind of an island, one is a bay, and one is a more open level as well. So we have 3 distinct looking levels, different kind of looks and feels. The second level is my favourite one. We've got a natural lagoon in that one. So it's all creation. It was only kept to kind of biosyn. So in this campaign, we wanted to reflect that, because the dinosaurs, there will be no hatcheries. So the dinosaurs, there's no hatcheries to begin with, but a lot of the dinosaur creation is acquired by acquiring the dinosaur exchange until you learn the technology of hatcheries yourself. So a new building set for the Malta.
Okay, so lots of stuff about the campaign there. We knew, or we suspected, you'd be able to jump around a lot. The campaign is completely non-linear. They also mentioned, although I didn't include that bit, that the story itself will take you back between the islands, so it will be something thrusted upon you, I suppose. You will have to jump around those islands to do everything correctly. Not just Malta, so the first map is going to be Malta. The second map, the one we're about to see here, is Greek or Italian. I think it's Greek, Italian, Malta is the 3 with... either way, so you'll be able to bounce around. And also the announcement of a cargo ship mechanic, where you'll be able to hold your dinosaurs and send them between the islands as need be. That's how you're going to transfer your dinosaurs from one to the other, and also how you'll sell your dinosaurs to the black market, to the authorities, or how you'll maybe buy them for the authorities and stuff like that.
Area, so
actually you can see.
Jump into some of that here. So this obviously is the map with the natural lagoon, as you can probably tell.
Yep.
The natural lagoon right here, and it's even called Natural Lagoon, which I think is a very neat little touch.
It is what it is.
So this is the sandbox mode map, of course, which starts you off with some of these lagoon viewing stands here, as well as the paths here. And it even comes with its own lagoon hatchery, which I think was a very excellent little touch from the level designers.
They're very clever.
Yeah, absolutely.
The designers are very clever sometimes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like this. So it's not, we have a big lagoon, but there's kind of a plateau up the hill for kind of a bigger park, if you wanted, of land-based dinosaurs, if you want. And then you have a kind of, there's a path here that leads you exactly where you need to be, but it allows you to have a separate area for your land-based stuff, but also then you have a really iconic...
Okay, so there you go, get a good view of the map. You are going to see a map outline at some point later on as well. But it's a big old natural lagoon. It does have a naturalistic shape. It's not just a round inlet. It is curvy and bendy. I mean, it's still roughly round, roughly squarish, but there's lots of variation in the shape of the sides. It is gigantic, as you'll see later on, and there is no barrier stopping it going out to sea. Your marine reptiles will just naturally not venture out to sea. Now what we're going to do is jump through a lot of the different buildings.
Iconic-looking, stone-based kind of
So that is your helipad,
to some of these buildings.
arrival building.
And for us, it was a great opportunity to look at the buildings in a new way. A lot of the buildings that we had in Jurassic World Evolution, or
That is your acquisition centre.
shipping containers and industrial warehouses, and think about how people might use those or crib those together to be assertions that we have and how they all
Staff centre.
kind of connect together, but also compared to the other sets that we already have as well.
Yeah, I mean, as someone who's been to Malta,
So the
And the
captain
paleomedical
team,
facility.
medical team, the mobile
And
vet
the
units,
new
and the range
paleomedical
teams,
vehicle
again, looking
unit
into how we can
thingamajiggy.
take our vehicle styles, our vehicles, and kind of make them fit into that Malta feeling. Yeah.
they've
And
they've
the
needed,
truck tour,
you know,
which I really
samples to
like.
do, like
Yeah.
a truck tour out of. And,
I mean,
yeah,
in
this is the
in
results.
Dominion, the kind of the underground, the black,
And the
we
hotel.
wanted that kind
It has
of
a little
vibe.
pool in the
Everything's
middle
kind
as
of-
well.
Everything in this building set feels like that. You know?
This hotel as well, really cool, with
Yeah.
a nice swimming pool in the middle there as well. Yeah, when I went there, I went for like a
Of such a striking.
Yeah.
And
Sort of
the new
red-
aviary,
red-
which is very similar to
yeah,
the original
I
Jurassic
think
Park
it's
one,
really
but of
good.
course has this
And,
red
so there's,
rusted
yeah,
metal
unfortunately,
instead and
unity.
sandstone at the base.
Yes.
And then, so,
Yes.
pause you fool. So that's all the new building, not all the new buildings, but a lot of the new buildings. We're going to get a little look at the decorations here as well. So we've got this storage
there's no
shelter
filter
kind
on
of
this menu
thing.
per set.
Again, with that brick wall kind of attached to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. What I really like about these
We've got a power trailer,
because
we've got a utility tower, a storage area again, but like a wall corner.
the way that Malta's kind of stonework works is
We've got
there's
a
lots of
little
wall
water
down.
tower, we've got a wall tower, so you can make like a little castle maybe. I know that's not really the point right now, but because we've got, as you'll see here, we've got walls,
some
right?
of
Wall section there,
but-
and wall end there. And these bigger ones here, these wall arches. You could cover your habitat in these walls, and even though we don't officially have a wall fence, which I think would be a really cool thing, and I think the game needs new fences at this point, but even though we don't have an official wall fence, you could layer these over your exhibit and definitely give it the feeling of having this Maltese sandstone brick wall.
Created some of the decorations to fit that, so you can kind of have it in front of them.
And a little preview there, you're not going to see them in game, but you can see a couple of the plants there as well that you'll have on this map. So you can see these kind of little desert sort of plants over here, these ones in particular, little shrubberies and stuff like that.
That would have been quite nice.
Right, so for your preview of the new natural lagoon, we're going to see the Mosasaurus exit animation.
So yeah, we're gonna do the release here on this Mosasaurus right here.
It's going to have a little bit of a bug,
go.
but it will be fixed, I'm sure. You know, this is
Since people wanted to see
free
what that looks
release.
like. Oh, yeah, there's a work in progress build here, folks. So
Jens very
there's
quickly
some,
on that.
Minor,
But as you can see, you can see that kind of
Mosasaurus
very
released
much more
into
naturalistic
the,
flooring with the
natural
rock.
lagoon. And,
And-
it won't swim away. Just
There you go.
So you're aware.
Yeah, it's going to stay within the bounds
Yeah.
of this level, but it's got a big water body for it to explore and be happy.
It is
Because I saw that that was
huge.
a
Look at
question in
it.
chat.
That's the size of the Mosasaurus compared to the lagoon. It must be 10 lagoons or something like that. I don't know what the number would be, but it is a monumental number of existing lagoons all put together.
Like, will
Just flies away.
Will it swim
Come in and
away?
swim
No,
away.
it will not. Oh, I keep hitting the wrong button.
And there you go. There's a view of it from above, so you get a feel for it. I mean, 10 might be underselling it, given how it splays out at the end. I do like that, though. That splaying out means, of course, that it'll look like it's swimming right out to sea before holding off at the last minute. There are, as you'll have seen, sort of flat panels around the edge of the lagoon, and that's, as far as I can tell, where you'll build your buildings. I don't think it's a free-for-all build them wherever you want. Right, so we're going to check out these Atrociraptor skins. This one does not look fantastic, but there are some nicer ones coming, I promise.
But I gotta say, just clicking random and just having like a full sort of suite of them
I find that these lighter colours work better for the Atrociraptor, generally speaking.
run out with the different body colors, with
Oh, that's okay.
the different pattern colors.
Yeah.
It's absolutely, it's so
There we go. So that's Tiger.
good looking. They just look absolutely incredible.
There's Ghost.
And
Yeah.
here's the Tiger,
There's
Ghost,
Panthera. Tiger does look fantastic.
Panthera,
And red looks beautiful. That coloration and patterning on red is really top notch.
and finally red.
But yeah, I love all of these. I think for me, definitely the Death Valley body color is one of my favourites. Probably with the black is very. I love this tracking. Reminds me of many realistic animals in Animal Kingdom. So
It's
I think
kind
that's my
of
favourite
it reminds me of a little bit of a cheetah almost, like the same sort of yellow pattern with the sort of little black orange spots and things like that. But yeah, there's a huge variety of different coloration, both in terms of both in body and pattern colors as well. Which leopard skin, yeah, absolutely that too. So it's certainly you can have a lot of different options when you're adding the Atrociraptor to your.
Thank you for
to
allowing
your
me to
parks.
partake.
Of course,
in
I
some
got to say
lighting
your lighting skills a lot better than mine.
slightly better.
And
So, I'm not in love with it, if I'm totally honest. It's definitely not on the level of the Giga or the Pyroraptor. There's just a weird, I don't know how I would describe it, like you know when you spill ink into water and it kind of fades out in that weird way? It just feels kind of unnaturalistic on the body. It's this combination. There are some combinations there that I think look really good, and there are some combinations where the two colours just clash harshly, and that would be like this one, for example. I don't think looks fantastic personally, especially because it's such an all-over body effect. It really is very prominent across the entire body, which I think makes it even, like, if you don't like the combination, then it's even more in your face. Obviously that'll differ per person. That's just my personal opinion on the whole thing, and there are definitely some nice combinations in there, but it's not my absolute favourite colour pattern design that we've ever seen in Evolution 2. The Giga, however, it's a stunner, and we will see some Giga actually later on.
we can also check out some of these animations, I think.
So that is the idle animation.
See what they look like.
Scratches the ground, does a little
You know
roar,
what these
looks around,
animations are called better than I do, I think. But got our standard
Walking,
walk animation,
running,
run animation, and then when
sit, and scrunch.
Yeah, we called that one. We called those ones
Preening.
preening. Is that what it is?
Yeah, although it's in kind of half names, so they.
So, the last thing I wanted to grab. There's a new colour grading, there's a new lighting scheme. As you see, Jurassic World Mediterranean. There's a few of these in the game now. There's Mediterranean, there's Alpine, for example. These are all new ones from the last game. But Jurassic World Mediterranean, which I don't think I've seen mentioned yet, adds a new one to the game. And as you can see, it's quite warm, it's darker, it's definitely got this sort of sunburnt kind of look to it. So, just a fun little detail about Lystrosaurus, that's all this is.
But this one, it has furry eyebrows. It has
Really?
It has very.
Huh.
You can't see them here, the picture is just... Somehow it doesn't pop up on this humongously scaled picture, but when we get in game, we're going to grab the capture tool and we're going to proper zoom in. Apparently the Lystrosaurus has little furry eyebrows. Wait for it.
And will it be an omnivore in the game?
Yes.
Thank you! Thank you! And I bloody knew it. I bloody knew it! And doubters should learn, okay?
We've been working on systems on how we can... Normally we have herbivores or carnivores. We've kind of worked on systems on having the opportunity for omnivores to exist. So something like this will be able to eat from the grass or some of your meat feeders.
So there's no mention whether it'll be able to eat from anything else. We don't know how far that goes. Is it predominantly a herbivore, but it can eat from a regular meat feeder? Can it take down guests? Can it take down other dinosaurs? Can it take down goats? I don't know. But at the very least, it will eat from your regular meat feeders and your foliage, I guess. And here we're going to get a little look at the Demon Carnotaurus, also coming with the DLC.
2022 Carnotaurus, which you can see here, which I think is nicknamed Demon by the community, if I'm not mistaken. And so what I did was I put Demon together. Oh, it's sitting! Yes! It's doing the sit! Yes! Oh, and it goes to sleep. That's go great. So yeah, I wanted to show off, we have one with the mangrove
And that, of course, is another look at a different Giga skin.
forest and the Pelophylax
Good pronunciation.
pattern coloration, so you can see a little bit what they look like in comparison to each other. Oh, is it going to go for the goat? Yeah, it's going to go for the goat. Go! Eat the goat. Oof. I don't think I'd actually see.
I don't love this one quite as much as the other we saw. I think it suits the orange colours more, but it is definitely a big step in the right direction. Of course, we will have a look at the new Dimorphodon as well, which I did not realise. You can see it right there. Look at the size difference. Those are 2 Dimorphodons. The bottom one is the 2022 variant. The top one is the original Jurassic World variant. It is a 1/10 of the size. It is absolutely teeny tiny.
So if you have those, you're going to have, when you get the update next week, you'll have a lot more body and pattern colours. But in this expansion as well, not only is there a film version of the Iguanodon, but there's also body and pattern colours. So here we've got the 2022 Dimorphodon from the Malta Expansion.
I want to just show off what it looks like, because it's so teeny tiny.
It is tiny compared to the other one.
It is very, very small, but that's what I like about them.
Right. So that is it from new information and from me. This was a very entertaining conversation at the end of the stream, so I'm going to let this play out and then the video will end. Thank you very much for joining me. This has gone on a little longer than I anticipated, but hopefully got all the information you needed to hear. Lots of looks at the new skins. I think the Giga really does stand alone as being the most impressive, but it's always harder to tell on stream as well. Things are lower quality and we need to get in game ourselves, and of course we'll be doing that in just 6 days time. Very exciting. Let me know what you're most excited for in the comment section down below. Enjoy this final conversation and I'll see you lovely folks next time. Cheers, much love as always. Bye bye.
More ex-wives, Cabot Finch or Ian Malcolm?
Cabot by far.
Yes, exactly.
Cabot by far.
Yeah, that was my thoughts as well.
I think he gains one every time we ask Graham to come back to do the voice of Cabot. I think Cabot has been away and gained another ex-wife.
Yeah, that's why he's working with so many people. Like he has more. He's like alimony payments and divorce settlement payments.
He's earned so much money making dinosaur parks now that he's losing so much money to ex-wives. He's like really successful. He gets a new wife. Things don't work out. He's a bit too sarcastic, and they kind of this is a bit. Then he moves away and he's back again. We need to build us more dinosaur parks. I need your help building a new dinosaur enterprise.